Big Hero 6. Wow. This was a good movie. Um, I was surprised by how this turned out, in all honesty. I went in with moderate expectations, just because I didn't know who was handling this. I've never read the comic, but from what I've heard, the comic is not too amazing. But this movie is really, really good. If you're going in expecting like the main character, he gets a robot off eBay or something and turns it into like a superhero and fights crime, that's not what you're in for in this. This movie is really thought out and it's really heartfelt. It had me tearing up at more than a few occasions, I will tell you that. This is done by, I really don't know, I didn't recognize the name of the director who did this. I barely know anyone in this movie, but it was good. Basically, the story is this kid, Hamoto, I think his name was, he lives in San Fran, Tokyo, which is a combination of San Francisco and Tokyo. And I think I know it's the future, I just don't know what year it is specifically. Basically, he's like a 12 or something, and they don't specifically say his age, they just say he's young. I think he's like 16 or something. I remember in passing they said, oh, you graduated from high school when you were 11. He's basically like the Doogie Howser of robots. The film opens with him like hustling people at an illegal robot fighting ring. And he has like this little robot who's like magnets, sort of. And it can like break apart and reassemble itself. But he is taken out of the robot fighting ring by his brother and like introduced like this nerd squad of inventors who like build like different robotic elements and stuff. Like one guy played by Damon Wayans has like lasers, and another one has like a skateboarding thing where it's like a hover bikes sort of. But he's introduced to these people by his brother, and his brother is the one who's basically building the robot that we all see from the trailer. I can't for the life of me remember the little guy's name, but the fucking robot is so amazing. It was really, really cool. Like, a lot of the humor from the movie comes from the robot, like, just how it functions and how, it doesn't get, like, a lot of idiosyncrasies of the world. It'll be like, your neurons are firing off in a funny way, and you are very moody. You must be going through puberty. Or, like, when he says to the robot, oh my god, that was so sick, is like, I cannot get sick. I am a robot. Just, it's cool stuff like that. But anyway, the brother shows him the robot. It's the end of that. He wants to go join these people instead of being a delinquent. So he introduces these, like, for a showcasing to get into the college, he shows, like, this nanotech. And when he's there, he's offered to sell it to, like, this company. He denies the company. He's like, no, I'd rather keep this for myself and go to the school and improve it. And in the next scene, you see the school on fire. The brother goes in to rescue the professor. The school fucking explodes, and the brother dies. And this is handled, the brother dying, it's handled very maturely. And they legitimately say, like, he's dead, he's not coming back. I'm used to seeing death in Disney movies, it's just, this movie, it seemed like it would be very, I wouldn't say kid-friendly, but, like, not dark. Like, this was a very dark movie at times. I was surprised by how intense this movie got at different times. And he eventually runs into the robot again. He actually runs into the robot. It's in their house, and it's in like his brother's bedroom, and he's basically, because they share a room sort of, but it's broken up by like those Chinese type of doors where they're like sliding. But he finds the robot, and they kind of hang out. But what this film did really maturely was that his character was depressed after his brother died. Like, he didn't really want to leave. The only reason he left his room was because the robot, like, left because he found one of his nanites in his pocket. And he's like, oh, the thing must be busted. He threw it out, the robot picked it up, looked at it. It was like, oh, it's trying to go somewhere. He's like, would you be happy if I followed where it was going? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And the robot leaves, follows the nanite, and that's when they run into the Kabuki Mask guy. The rest of the film is them trying to figure out what is going to happen. Like, what is happening with the Kabuki guy. It's a very, very good movie. Like, very emotional and very funny at times, and just go see it if you're a fan of superhero movies or whatever. I can't recommend this movie enough. It's really, really good. Like, a lot of the visual action scenes at the end, it's amazing. It's only, I wouldn't even say it gives superhero movies a run for their money, that's for sure. There's a cameo by Stan Lee at the very end of the movie. The post-credit scene is Stan Lee's cameo. Watch it. It is the best Stan Lee cameo ever. My only real complaint with the movie is that there's an emotional cop-out at the end of the movie that feels justified post-movie, but in the midst of it, it kind of pisses you off a little bit. But other than that, it's actually a really, really good movie. Trailers. I got Annie again. That's gonna be fucking shitty. Annie does not need to be remade. I'm sorry, it doesn't. The other trailer I got was Minions. I'm excited for Minions, that's all I can say. Minions is gonna be amazing. The trailer makes it look like it's gonna be, like, cute and cuddly, and as long as it's handled by the people who did Despicable Me, it'll work fine. And the other trailer, I can't remember specifically what it was. There's one other trailer. I don't know, but it didn't. Oh, Inside Out. It was Inside Out. It's Pixar's new movie, and it's just a teaser, really, so I don't really know too much about the movie, but it's Pixar. It should be good. Final thoughts on the movie. As far as movies go, this had a lot of really cool side characters, like the unenthusiastic police officer from the trailer, or the main character, his aunt, who's basically his guardian. I swear to God, she's the best caretaker / mother figure in a movie ever. She's like so, like they try to make her hip, and it's not like one of those fails that you normally see where it's like, yeah, I'm a cool person. She's like really enthusiastic and really into like everything that's going on. Like when he gets into trouble, she's like, oh, like seriously, I'm raising you right. I'm trying to raise you right. Should I have taken care of you? I don't know. Should I have bought a parenting book? Probably. I do not know why you're doing this. And like when he's presenting his project like at the stadium or whatever, she's like, that's my family, yay, my family. Or wing night, she's like, we're gonna eat those wings with the really spicy hot sauce that make your face numb. And they come back to haunt you in the morning, if you know what I mean. Like, just really funny. She's not in the movie a lot, but her scenes that she's in, she totally steals them. Other than that, like, seriously, check this movie out. It's really good. I'm not even bothered by the fact that the other characters are not so much archetypes, but just don't really have full-fledged out characters, except for the, mascot guy named Fred, who's superhero obsessed, and is basically Bruce Wayne's son. But, nah, check it out, it's a really good movie. Next week, I don't know what I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna stop promising to get those episodes done, because I'm just way too busy, so see you next time.